All right, so I'm about to do this reading on what the family thought of Michael's marriage, in particular to Lisa Marie. I'm saying this thinking about Joe in specifics as well, because not a lot of time when people get married, they look at the mother, right? Like, what does the mother think? I'm looking at this overall, but I'm going to ask questions focused on Joe as well and just see what their opinion was, because I know they were saying that they didn't invite anybody to the wedding, like they just went and had the wedding, but nobody's family was there or anything, or at least Michael's family was not there. Okay, so we have the writer, the house, the cross, and the tree reverse. Mm. All right, what else? Okay, so we have the coffin, the clover, the star reverse, and the black fox. Also have the birds. Mm, I mean, when I see this coffin, I be thinking about, especially with that tree in the reverse, because they said the tree can also talk about like long-term health issues. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know if this is saying in reverse, as in like there could be a demise that happens quickly, not necessarily from anything, any disease or anything like that. I say that too because we see the black fox. Usually, the black fox, there's some sneaky whatever going on. You know what I'm saying? Especially in terms of career. So you have this black fox sitting here. The star is in reverse. The star is a positive card because it talks about guidance, like clearing the way, that kind of vibe. But with that in reverse next to the black fox, I mean, then they might look at it to me too, where they saying seeing that this could end or something like that, that the situation could end. Because this tree talks about deeply rooted relationships as well. And so if they felt like he didn't really know her like that or whatever, they maybe thought that this could come to an end. I'm gonna get these gossip cards or these tea cards. I'm gonna go in with that too right now. Okay, so we have healing era. Okay, we have friends. Reconciliation but in reverse. Damn. Okay, third party. Block, delete. So this is what we talking about the family now. We got red flags in reverse though. All right, so we have twin flame and green flags in reverse. That's interesting. You have the bar, the drunk text. Hmm. I don't know if this is just talking about, how you think about like a stoplight where there's like a red light, a green light, and then a yellow light in the middle. Maybe this is like a yellow light type of energy where it's like, okay, it could be all right if then kind of like depending on the circumstances or whatever. That's maybe the impression I get off this having both. But you know, with this twin flame, I feel like somebody else is in the picture. They thought somebody else was in the picture. Hmm. Okay, let's look at the romance. We have soulmate in reverse. Worth waiting for. Divine timing. Okay, romantic feelings in reverse. Damn. All right, what else? What did the family think of the marriage? Looking at the family. Michael, Lisa Marie. Okay, keep an open mind in reverse. Mm. This might be all we need from this deck. It's like the point is made, I guess. It's a safety, safe for you to love, highest energy of all. I'm seeing with this could be they felt like she was maybe outside of his level of comfort. It might not even been the other way around. Or they could feel like it was both, maybe. But I'm gonna look further into it. We had the Four of Wands, and we saw the birds. The birds be gossiping, y'all. So the family was probably like, "What you hear about that?" All right, come on. What else? What is the family thing? We had the God of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, the Devil, Six of Wands. All right, so I had to stop here. All right, what else? The Devil. What else? Son of Swords in reverse. Okay, the Two of Cups, Strength in reverse. Daughter of Swords in reverse. I don't know. To me, it looks like they feel like neither one of them being honest about it or whatever. Okay, we got the Two of Wands and the Ace of Wands. Son of Cups reverse. Yeah, Son of Cups was in reverse says not to get too much into an idealized picture of things. So it feel like they didn't see this as no they weren't looking at it with rose colored glasses. That's what it feels like to me. Like I said, with the son and daughter of swords in reverse, I feel like it's almost like they're both putting up a facade they're looking at. This devil card, although this could be talking about something else. Elvis was a Capricorn as well, so that he might be showing up here where they feel like there's some opportunity around that, as far as like a name recognition type of thing. Maybe this was some kind of like boss move in terms of like name recognition. Um, but I also get the impression because I just did that Ola Ray reading. I also get the impression that they didn't feel like whatever the things Michael endured allegedly, um, for opportunity, for the family's opportunity with this God of Wands and the devil. I don't think they felt that she was going to measure up to whatever he needed there. All right, y'all. So again, I'm thinking that they might not have believed. Let me look at. I'm gonna look at that strength in reverse because this could be talking about Joe too, because Joe was a Leo. To me, this it could also talk about him not being involved in this setup. Um, Notice how this woman looks too. Keep that in mind. But also, let me I'm gonna look at strength in reverse and read that just to add some to it. Yeah, it says in reverse, the strength card can indicate a time to examine your personal strength and power. Have you lost your self confidence? Pick yourself up. You are a goddess. Tame the lion. The jungle is yours. Yeah, I had just said that. I was like, it seemed like they didn't feel that she was going to be able to hold him, like talking about. So most people would assume, or like the way the media put it out, they would assume it would have went the opposite way. But I think the family thought this about her to him. That's what I think. I'm gonna get some more though. Let me see if I'm gonna clarify. All right, let me clarify first this strength reverse. Yeah, so we have the goddess of pentacles and then the world, god of swords. Yeah, I had spoken to the Ola Ray reading. I feel like a couple others I might have said this too, but I think Michael had a particular type. There's a reason why he was always talking about streetwalkers and stuff in his songs. Notice how his songs always seem to put up that impression. Like literally, he had a song called Streetwalkers. If you go into the Bad album, but the one they put out, not the official one, but the one they put out for like the 25 years or something like that, they add some more songs to it on like a separate disc area. And one of his songs is literally called that, but he kind of talks that way, in his music in terms of, women. It's always like somebody that's kind of, out for your money, they trying to seduce you, all this stuff. But the reality is that I think he was used to that. It wasn't just, oh, my father tried to pressure me or with this, or he was mean and blah blah blah. Which again, I'm not saying that he wasn't mean. I'm not saying that Michael wasn't pressure. I am saying that I think he did participate, and I feel like they knew he had a particular type because of that. A queen of pentacles, somebody that's getting their bread. Okay, um, but this is circular. This is like a cycle for him, right? This is how things just went down for him. This woman will also be, you know, in the world, if you will. But again, notice how this woman looks. Okay, look at this woman and then look at this woman. And I just feel like they thought that she wasn't gonna be able to hold his attention like that. That's the impression I get. Yes, we have this Four of Cups, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Nine of Swords. Father of Cups. Yeah, this came out when I did the Ola Ray reading. But I think the context is something like this idea that he didn't want to work with her or that he had somebody else in mind. Might not have necessarily been the case because she was there to ease his mind, or she would have been comfortable for him versus like anxiety, all that kind of stuff. Because this card in the upright is like anxiety, worry. That's the card where, people be by the bed, can't sleep, that kind of thing. I'm gonna get some more though. Yes, we have Ace of Wands reversed, or the Ace of Sticks reversed, the Five of Knives, the Hermit reversed, and we have the Temperance. Yeah, so they look like, to me, they definitely felt that he was trying to view things from a different perspective. Like he was trying to make it, he was gonna have to make it work. That's this Temperance card to me. It's like saying he was gonna try to make it work, but it wasn't. Um, she wasn't the preference here. That's what they felt. Because I think a lot of time when people go through certain traumas and stuff, they have fixations when it comes to certain things. And I think when it came to women and what he responded to, he had certain fixations. I really do. I've said this numerous times though, and I felt like that's what was coming up in the Ola reading as well. Like they knew what worked for him, what was going to make him comfortable, and she wasn't it. So they're looking at it like, okay, this is, like he might be trying to accomplish something with this, but it's not what he really wants. You have the Hangman at the bottom. All right, let me get these money cards. What else? Okay, we have Learner. Damn. God, this family is like, sir. Saying a word. Transformation. Mainstream reverse. Rewards. Assistance reverse. Balance reverse. Unsteady reverse. Charm. This mainstream reverse to me might be despite what people think kind of vibe, or what people would have assumed. But it seems like they felt that it was financially sound, because notice we saw the Ace of Pentacles come out, which, like I said, can talk about multiple things, multiple angles to this, but um financially they felt like it was going to be a good thing. This transformation card, and a lot of time I see this when they talk about like a death. Excuse me. So, but listen to what it says. It says change is coming for a brand new you. Embrace the transformation to enjoy the process. Sometimes change is uncomfortable but worth it. Yeah, next to this learner card though, they didn't feel as if, see, people didn't know they didn't know this about Michael, I think, with this mainstream reverse, but they did. And so they're looking at this like, okay, bro, I don't know. She not nothing I've seen you respond to. All right, what else? Okay, change a bad habit, take a vacation, rediscover yourself, and you are charming, awakening. I don't know though. I'm gonna be real with y'all because I saw that. What was that? We did see the coffin. We saw the coffin. We saw the transformation card, which I, like I said, in the money deck, that's usually like death. Um, what else we saw that looked like death? It was one other card that came out to me that was kind of shaky. I don't know if they really thought death was coming or something. They might have thought that too. Yeah. Oh yeah, we saw the fox. We did see the fox as well. Okay. Did they really think some death was coming or something? Hmm. The anchor. Yeah, so this is like legal problems. This is also talking about authority. This is like the powers that be. These are things that control you. They might have felt that she by seeing her or that her coming into the picture that they were planning to unalive him off. Yeah, you got this next to this garden card. This is about like networking and community. Yeah, the book here is like this can be secrets. I would even say reasons, like the rationale behind something. You also have the crossroads reverse. I think they might have felt that she was going to take away his what, or that she may have been planted there when his back was against the wall. I mentioned that before when I did their readings, that although she had various motives, I believe, allegedly, they might have also felt that she was like they had put those legal problems on him because they had other plans, as well for him socially, for like his image and all of that, like who they wanted to connect him to. Almost like they wanted to put his back up against the wall to where he would need the protection of say the church that she was involved in, and or multiple entities, but he would be easier to control, especially financially. So we had the crossroads and reverses. Looks like lack of options. Wow, we got some cards up under here. All right, let's pull this up. All right, so we have the letter but in reverse. We have the clouds but in reverse. I mean, it seemed like they saw through it, whatever it was. Okay, the anchor. We have the heart, the God in reverse, the key, the ring, and the scythe. Notice how the bouquet is up under it. This is something of, he has something of value. They felt that the powers that be wanted off of him. Maybe it was that catalog, maybe even his own catalog, really. Think about that too. Because we always bring up the Beatles catalog, but his own catalog was worth a lot, right? So to have this there, I mean, the God is the man in this deck, right? So the man in question, if we're talking about Michael's family, him in reverse here, especially with this site, and we've seen, like I said, we saw the unaliving cards. Like she was gonna, like they felt that maybe she was gonna get him to sign something right quick or to agree to something right quick, and then he was gonna be out of here. Like this, whatever they were doing was pivotal. Like this relationship was pivotal to whatever they were trying to do. But like I said, I think she got off focus. She got off course, and then she had her own, like she had her own desires as well. Like I think she was secretly trying to get from under the control she was under, right? So it's almost like it was a lot of different heads, if that makes sense. Okay, yeah, we have the tower up under here, the Son of Wands, the Eight of Swords, Eight of Cups reverse, Ten of Pentacles reverse, Three of Wands reverse, God of Cups reverse, and the Chariot reverse. We also have Eight of Swords reverse. Now, the only thing upright up under here is literally the Four of Cups, which we saw the Four of Cups come out anyway, because the Four of Cups was this girl rolling her eyes. I think they looked at this as a sign of trouble. You know, like this was gonna be like the final blow. They were trying to put the nail in his coffin, so to speak. Like back him up against the corner. He couldn't get away from it. And it wasn't to set up his legacy in any positive light, in their opinion. It was like to stop him in his tracks. Like there was nothing really compassionate about it or whatever. This was more like, but they felt people, either they weren't telling the truth about it. I don't know if they felt like it was her not telling the truth, or okay, Eight of Wands reversed. Clarify. Okay, this Six of Swords, Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, I think this would be her in this case. Almost like because I think she ended up having her own agenda outside of whatever they were setting up for him. She might have looked at him as a way out herself. but it didn't work out in that capacity. So she was the one trying to get away, I think. And that's what I think they were. So this Eight of Wands in reverse, they maybe felt that she wasn't being honest. Like she wasn't being honest about why she was really there. Okay, we have the Death card, but in reverse. Also, maybe they looking at the fact that they weren't communicated with in terms of the marriage might be looking like trying to do something and just get away with it, not really if there was like any objection or anything like that. This is you already past that point, because the marriage at that point already happened before they knew it. What else? Unbothered, truth revealed. Breadcrumbs. Yeah, they didn't think he was gonna pay her no mind. Okay, power couple. So they could see this part of it, but they were like, she not really his type. That's what they were looking for, feeling like. Notice how they said the truth has been revealed here, so they thought Michael was unbothered and he was gonna get breadcrumbs. Wow. Let me see. I'm trying to get flirt, extend your lighthearted energy to others. Mm, give your relationship a chance. Definitely something you got to work on. Okay. Let your friends help you. Make the effort. So, okay, clarify this. Let your friends help you. Yeah, Goddess of Wands. So, um, Diana Ross is a Aries. So, Goddess of Wands is Queen of Wands. This represents all the fire signs. This would be Sagittarius, Aries, and what's the other fire? Leo. Okay. So this doesn't necessarily have to be her per se, but just what she represents. And I mentioned that in the Ola reading. I think I mentioned in a couple readings, like he had a fixated type. And this is due to, probably some traumas and whatever else. I mean, this could just really be personal preference too, but I think it was more ingrained in his case. Like almost like you'd have to have this because otherwise he's going to lose interest very fast or whatever. So yeah, this Nova the Universe card, this also came out in the Ola reading. So they felt he was going to have to split his time with some other friends that he could get into. But they did feel like it was something shaky behind it. Like they felt powers that be were involved for sure. And also the legalities and whatever else was involved. But as far as like what he was going through at the time, but to me it looked like they felt it was deeper than even that because I see a lot of this unaliving stuff. Like I think they really thought he was going to she was going to pressure him to sign something, to give something away or whatever, and he would be backed in the corner to do it. But they didn't get what they wanted from it. The powers that be didn't get what they wanted from it. So, but it's like the family thought it though. Like this wasn't, regardless of what happened, whether he was able to get away from the situation or not, or that whether she got distracted or not, or whatever, this is what they thought of it. All right, y'all. So this has been interesting. I'm gonna leave it here. Y'all take it easy.